All right, so we're going to go out and play. And what I've done on the scorecard is I have put a little matrix at the bottom of numbers that you see right there. And what this is if you look at that first hole at 372 yards, well, if I want to get the in two shots, if I just divide 372 by 2 evenly, it's 186. If I divide it by 3, it's 124. And if I divide it by 4, it's 93. So now I have some decisions I can make if I would like to play this hole maybe slightly differently than what you would think, pulling out a driver and then just hitting driver and whatever's left. I can go 2 times 186 or 3 times 124 or 4 times 93, and I've done it for all the holes on the front nine. And so as you go out, every shot that I make on this 9 holes, you're going to see live as it happens. No mulligans, no edits, no anything. If I hit a good one, awesome. If I hit a crappy one, you're going to see it. Some things to be aware of out there. There's scorecard distances and then there's actual distances. So I'll be using an app on my phone called Golf Pad to help me out with GPS distances. The logic for using what I call the halves, thirds, and quarters is so that there's no big blow up holes, there's no penalties, I'm not losing golf balls. The ball's pretty much straight in front of me each time. That means that I don't have massive scores on a hole, right? On a par 4, if I'm using the 2-time matrix, I should be on or pretty close to in 2 or 3 or 4 shots, right? I'm not going to have a 10 or an 8 or something like that on the scorecard. And so that's it. I can decide hole by hole if I want to use the 2, the 3, or the 4 shot thing. And then when I'm on my approach shot, the middle of the green is what I'm going for. I'm not going to be shooting at flags. I'm not going to try and take on targets. I just want the middle of the green distance, and that's where I'm going. So that's what we got going on for this round of golf. Let's go have some fun and hear all the shots for 9 holes. All right, so first shot, hole number 1, I got 375. What does the scorecard say? 372. So that's pretty close. I'm actually going to go 2 times on this one. I'm going to try and hit it 180 yards 2 times and see what that does for me. And I think that's a good strategy on this hole. So I'll hit some type of iron. For me, it's probably going to be a 4 iron or 3 iron, maybe, just depending. But a beautiful day, hardly any wind. This is really nice out here. Early in the fall here in Texas, so just a lovely day to be playing golf. All right, let's head to the tee box, which is over there, and we'll hit some shots. All right, so teeing off with an iron on the first tee box, and my goal here is to get this to go in that 180 range. You never know what's going to happen once the ball bounces and lands. But we'll see what happens. Get all set and lined up where I want this to be. Oh, not bad. A little bit of a push, tiny bit of a fade. Out towards the middle of the fairway. All right, we'll go and see what we got going on with that shot. But not a bad start for the first hole. All right, so I've got 188 to the front, 208 to the middle. And so that strategy of hitting iron off the tee put me in the middle of the fairway. And now I can go hit it. And this may not get me all the way there, but it's the same club that I teed off with. And if I have to chip one time, then that'll be fine. But this should get me out towards the front edge of close to the front of the green. Just playing that strategy of hitting 2 shots that I'm pretty comfortable hitting. All right, that's good. All right, let's go and find it. All right, so here we are. We are just off the green a little bit. I got probably 30 yards to get it on the green, and then it's going to be about 20 more yards to the green. So my goal here, this is shot number 3. My goal here is to get this to land on the green and rolling out towards the hole. This is just a pitch shot, so I've got a wedge. and all going well, I should have my next shot should be a putt, right? So the key to these pitch shots is that as you make contact, the club head has to slide under the ball, and you got to make a follow through that kind of matches the shot that you're playing, right? So get it up there, hope not with too much spin, let it roll towards the back of the green. All right, distance control was good. I'm a little bit to the left of that flag, and I got a putt for par, which is awesome. All right, so as we walk up, I just parked the golf cart behind the green. As we walk up to the green over here, so why am I playing this in halves or thirds or quarters like that? When I take my students through the Introduction to Golf for Absolute Beginners, or the Beginner to Better, or the Better to Good series, or then the Good to, Scratch, or wherever they want to get after that, the first golf shot I teach them is how to putt. And then the next one after that is how to make a swing that gets the ball to travel 50 yards pretty much straight in front of them. And if they can make a swing that gets the ball to go 50 yards pretty much straight in front of them, it's not a very big swing. Then we've got something to build off of, right? And then we can get that to grow from 50 yards to 75 to 100 yards. If you can hit a ball 100 yards in a relatively straight line out towards a target, then you can play from the forward tees on a golf course and play pretty fun and have a good time. So that's why I'm demonstrating how to do that for you here. All right, so here's my par putt. It's going to break a little to the right, it looks like. For those of you who have been following along, distance control is the most important. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away. If you've done the steps drill, if you've been with me for a while, you know what that means. Just slightly downhill. I'm going to play it as a 4-step putt. I'm going to start it a little outside the left edge and then see what we got going on. All right, so aim the face, aim me. Picture where the ball's going to go. Oh, broke at the last moment. All right, so 2 putts gives me a 5 on the opening hole. Because I played it as a 2 shot to the green hole, all right? So I'll take that. Would I play around the golf like this every time I play? No, not necessarily. I might actually, if I was playing, not doing a demonstration video, I'd probably hit driver or 3-wood off tees, and I'd maybe play what you might consider more conventional golf. But for the purpose of what I'm demonstrating here, 2 shots to get to the green, 1 chip on, and 2 putts. That'll play good. All right, so hole number 2, you see I recorded my score right there. Hole number 2 is a par 3, plays 155, so I can go 76 2 times, 52 3 times, or 39 4 times. I'll show you from the tee box, but there's actually a lake on this hole that sometimes when you look at tee shots that have got lakes close by, you might get a little bit stressed out. Part of the tee shot is over the lake a tiny amount, and so a lot of folks would feel maybe intimidated about that. I know I do at times, depending on the shot at hand. So I'm actually going to play this par 3 as 76 yards 2 times, right? So I'll just round up to 80 on that. So I'm going to take my 80-yard club and I'm going to hit it 2 times, and I'll be on the green, and then I'll be able to have at least a putt for par and two putts for bogey. If you're new to golf or you're learning golf, this is a way for you to start learning how to keep your scores lower by not incurring big penalties or have big blow-up holes. All right, so that's the strategy right here. 80 yards 2 times. All right, so I'm on the tee box, and you can see that there's this lake. Where is it? Right about over here, and it kind of cuts in further than you can see in the picture, and then the green is over there, right? So a little bit intimidating, but if I go and if I aim kind of out towards this tree out over here, right? Then I take that out of the question, and because I'm only hitting it 80 yards, the greenside bunkers that are up over here, they're not going to be any trouble for me. So how I'm going to play, I'm going to play 80 yards to there, and then I'll have a clean shot at the green. This flagstick's actually right up on the front, and so this should be a good way to play this hole. All right, so let's take a look and see. I want to tee up on this side of the tee box. And when you're on the tee box, you always want to use a tee because that means you're going to have the best chance of making clean contact without getting grass or other debris between your club face and the golf ball. So even though this is only going to go relatively a short distance, I'm going to tee it up, and I'm going to tee it out towards those fairway those greenside bunkers, with the goal of having it go 80 yards. All right, so aim the face, aim the body, get squared up, think about my target, play it out towards that. Oh yeah, that should put me in a good spot. Good spot. All right, so you never can tell exactly what your lie is going to be like until you see it. And so, but shot execution was exactly what I wanted it off the tee box. All right, so GPS tells me I've got 66 yards to the middle, so I got a little bit of a downhill kick on that one, which is nice. And so that's all I got to play it, like 58 to the front edge, 66. So the 66 is what I'm going to try and go for. It's always better to go for the middle of the green in these situations. I'll show you something interesting when we get out to where my golf ball's at, because I have a bit of a rules situation maybe that you will encounter. We'll see when I get there. My ball's behind this mound of sand, which I think is an anthill. And because that's going to interfere with my downswing, right? Oh, there you go. You can see it in the video here now. I can take free relief from that because it's just part of the rules, right? You don't need to, but you'll see them on TV very often. They mark the point of where the ball landed. But what you want to find is where can you stand that's no closer to the hole, where you've got the stance and the swing that you need. And for me, that would be right about right here, right? So I get one club length from this spot. So anywhere in this one club length area, I can drop this ball, and I'm going to drop it from knee high, which is right about there, to there. That's where I'm going to play it from. All right, so now no penalty. I can just play that ball. And like we saw in the GPS, I've got 60 yards to play this, and so that's the shot I'm going to play it at. All right, so we're going to line up club face first, and then line up my body, and then we're going to go 60 yards. Oh, got a bit of a flyer. All right, so I'm on the back edge. Truth be told, I probably just hit it too hard. But we like to tell ourselves things like, oh, I got a flyer and something like that, because then it's not our fault that the ball went where it did. So you'll see I got a putt from the back edge of the green, but I'm on in two. And my strategy paid off. All right, so that's where we are on the back of the green. I'm going to step this off and just see how far I've got, and then on the way back I'm going to look and see just what my slope is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 steps is a little bit outside of what we'd practice with the steps drill. So you'd need to have done the fringes drill or the reverse ladder drill or something like that to help you with this putt. It is downhill quite a lot. It looks like I need to be aiming somewhere onto this side because the ball's going to want to go that way as we come towards the hole. This putt is for par, which would be awesome, but it's probably a little unrealistic to expect this one to go in, although that would be fantastic if it does. All right, so I like to play connect the dots. I'm looking for spots on the green where the ball is going to roll And if it rolls over those spots, then it's going to roll into the hole. And aim the club face first. There. And then get set. And then just let it go and see what happens. Maybe not hard enough. Keep going, ball. I know you're downhill. Keep going, keep going. Oh, that's not the best putt because now I'm 4 feet short, which sometimes is a bit of a tricky distance to be in. Remember, when you're reading a green and trying to decide how the ball's going to roll, you're just guessing, even though you're trying to make your best educated guess. Right? So this one looks pretty straight. If I can start the line and stay on that line, I think I'll be all right. Oh, a little pull. Ooh. That's heartbreaking. We never like to see those. Never like to see those happening. All right, clean up. So 3 putt from, what was it, 13 steps. It's probably not the worst 3 putt in the world. You never like to have 3 putts though, because they kind of sting, right? So when I look at my score for this hole, 2 shots to get on, 3 putts, so that's a 5. All right, so we're on to hole number 3, as I recorded my 5 for hole number 2. We're on a par 4, 348 yards. I'm looking at the wrong hole, my bad. 376 yards. So very similar to that opening hole, 188. I can go 2 times. I can do 125 3 times, or 94 4 times. GPS, let's see what the actual distance is. Right, so there we go. It's showing me 272. Now there's a bit of an unusual situation at this golf course here. There was a pretty harsh winter some years ago, and a few of the greens died. I think 4 of them died on this front 9 and 2 on the back, and they're having a really tough time bringing those greens back to life. And so we got a temporary green in the front, probably 50 yards closer than the actual green. There's a municipal airport right next to the golf course here in Navasota. Anyway, so I'm going to use the same strategy. I'm going to go 188 club off the tee box, but there's a good likelihood that I'll need to not hit that again the next time because I'll be closer. We'll just have to use the numbers to kind of estimate what that's going to be. All right, so looking down the fairway over here, I'm going to set my camera there, go find a tee to play off of. All right, so strategy is to get this to go about 180. Always start behind the golf ball, check your lines, check where you want the club face to point, all of those good things. Think about the shot you're going to play. Ultimately, you want to think about the target that you're heading towards. All right, so get that in mind. We're going to aim the face. And then set yourself. And then target. A little more fade than I like. So I'm going to be on the right edge of the fairway, but safe. All right, so GPS is showing me that I'm 206 to the middle of the green, but that's to the actual green, not to the other one. I'm going to take 50 yards off of that, so I'm going to play this at 156. So I have to change clubs to get there. So that's what we're going to do. And so that one goes back in there. And this one comes out. All right, so I parked the cart a little closer. We'll just go front view on this one. All right, so I've got that grass clippings behind me. That's not a big issue because you can move that without penalty. Right, so if you don't want to be standing on it, you can just move these out the way. If you saw the video of me getting relief from the anthill, I guess in theory I could have done the same thing. I could have moved that sand out the way, but the ants in Texas are not to be messed with, and so I just don't disturb them. All right, so here we go. We got about 160 to go. Let's just chase this one down there a little bit. Oh, that might be really good. Might be a little short, actually. Dang it. All right, yeah, just a little short over here. You'll see my ball over here in just a moment, and then there's the little temporary green, right? So I've got probably 15 yards, maybe 10 yards to get to the front edge of that little guy. And I'm right here. So I brought my putter and my wedge that I'm going to use for this little chip shot out with me. With this being a temporary green, the local rule is that once you're on the green, you can make one putt attempt and then you ride down as a two putt and walk off, right? Because these greens are really not maintained as greens. They're shorter than the fairway, but it's like putting on a fairway, really. So, all right, so this one I want to land it maybe a yard onto that front edge and just let it roll down towards that hole. This is shot number 3, which is not bad. Not bad. So in the face, think of me. Slide that club under the ball with a follow through that matches the shot I'm about to play. We'll hit a little hard. Stop. Stop, 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 stop. All right, so I'm off the back. The good news is there's no good news. The shot that makes me feel the worst about my game is if I'm off the edge of the green like that and my next shot is a chip shot. That's always frustrating. Because I'm so close, I'm going to putt this one. So close to the edge of the green, I'm going to putt this. Take away some of the debris that's there. And got to get this one close because I don't want to 3-putt on this green. All right, so here we go. This for par. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. Now I have to make at least one attempt on these greens, and if I miss this, then it's a 2-putt, right? So, in for 5. All right, pretty good. All right, so there's the strategy at play again. Of hitting the tee shot to a known distance, take all the trouble out of play, and make sure that you don't have a big number, right? So that's a 5 on this hole for me. Okay, so on to hole number 4. This one is 448 yards, which is 175 2 times, 116 3 times, or 87 4 times. I've kind of liked the strategy of going with this like 180-ish club. It's really not going that far today, maybe because the air is a little cooler than normal, maybe just because I'm not having super flush contact. But it'll be good for me to do it again. So here we go. We're going to go like that 180-ish club, and then we'll see what happens on shot number 2. Straightaway par 4. So tee box is just right up over here. Let's grab that 180-ish, somewhere around there club. See if we can flush one out there down the fairway towards where we need to be going. All right. Who do I recommend use this strategy of breaking the holes into halves or thirds or quarters? Everyone who does not have a tee shot that can go 200 yards plus and keep it on the fairway. Right? That would be a good rule of thumb for who should use this this approach. All right. All right, so there we go. Let's see how beautiful of a day it is. Sky is blue, hardly any wind. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna pick my spot where I'm gonna aim the face. Step in, got my lines all picked out. Club face always goes down first where you want that to be. And then you set yourself up around what shot you're hitting and then what the club face is showing you. Think about your target and then go. Oh, that's a pretty one. Might be the best one of the day. We have had quite a bit of rain here over the last week, and so conditions are softer than I would say is normal. So course seems to be playing a little longer because the rollout is not quite what I'm expecting, but we'll see where that one ended up when I get there. All right, so GPS is showing me at 183 to the front, to the middle. That's pretty good, right? I was playing at a 180. So I'm just gonna hit that same club again, and we'll see where that takes us. And again, because I hit a shot that wasn't like super outside my comfort zone, middle of the fairway, I'll just show you real fast so that you can understand maybe why I choose to play like this or why I recommend playing like this. Starting right there, this is just on the edge of the right hand side of this hole. You've got this penalty area all over here, and then on the other side of the cart path, which is in line of where if someone's a bad slicer of the ball, the penalty area extends around and down below those trees over there. So if you're not able to control where your golf ball's going, this hole has a lot of trouble. And most of the folks who can't control their golf ball well are going to hit it over there, right? So that's not what we want. We don't want to be hitting penalty shots and having to add penalty shots to our scorecard because that adds up in a hurry. All right, so let's see if I can execute and hit a similar shot again over here. Maybe be on the green in 2 strokes and see about making a par on this hole. All right, so pick my target, see where I want to go. Club face goes down first. I aim the face, then I get set around that. All right, good. Pick my target. Oh, a little thin. Not the best shot of the day. All right, we're playing from a bit of bother out there. I told you I'd show you the bad ones and the good ones. Well, you're about to see where that one went, and it's not good. That was a bit of a push fade. If I'm being kind to myself, it's a push fade. There's actually a push slice. And I think I caught the cart path, and so I'm going to be in a bit of a tight spot. All right, so tight spot it is. A little bit of a mistake on the shot, hit the cart path, and down into this overgrown stuff that is actually part of a river at times. Looks like they sprayed it because it's kind of dead. So my hope here is to play a miracle shot and get it so where I can be close to the front edge of the green right there. It's not marked as a penalty area, so I guess if I wanted to clean around the ball I could. I'm just going to play it though. Try and get this to go about 30 yards, maybe 35 yards. Ooh, that wasn't bad at all. All things considered. Pretty decent stroke from out there. Didn't quite get it on. I came up a little short, but I got a lot of green to work with, which means that I got a lot of green that this can roll towards the hole, so I'm going to try and use that to my advantage. I play a little pitch shot off the edge over here. Green slopes from right to left, so I'm going to try and play this as a putt once it lands on the green. Let's see if we can get that going. You may have noticed I don't take practice swings on full swings, but on these little ones, sometimes I might want to do that. Here's a pro tip: hook your towel onto your belt loop. That way, you can just have it close by when you need it. And if it's windy, you can tuck it into your pocket, or it can just kind of flap off to the side like that. All right, so here we go. We're going to play this little shot, trying to get it to run out towards where the hole is at over there. And it's breaking left. I didn't start it to the right enough, but we're putting. And the little chip shot I played was kind of similar to what I was hoping for. All right. So now we are on in 4. Right, one shot to the middle of the fairway, which was awesome. One bad swing, push faded it into the junk. Hacked it out of there, pitched it onto the green, and I got 1 putt for par. It's uphill. That's a good thing. It's relatively straight. That's a good thing. My bad. Not putt for par, putt for bogey. If that flag shadow is bothering you, just take it out. All right, that's what I'm going to do. And then as I walk back towards my golf ball, I can then step it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Going to break a little right to left. Let's see if I can roll this in. Save bogey. Oh, I might have done it. Oh, there we go. Nice putt. All right, so even though I had a bad spot, I kind of got away with it because there was no water in that little temporary stream area down there. I was able to play out of there, and then got up and down, saved the bogey. So that's a 5. All right, so here we are on the next hole. It's a par 5, right? I'm going to do this option, 157 3 times. So I'm going to grab that club and we'll get swinging. 157 3 times. Let's go that one. Walk up to the tee box over here. Find a broken tee. All the trouble, I shouldn't say all, it's both left and right, but it's more to the right. So I'm going to be aiming kind of at the left edge of the fairway over there. Right, that's my goal. I pick my target, pick my line. So 3 shots to get onto the par 5 with hopefully a chance for a birdie. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's go and play shot number 2. So here we are, just in the right rough. Right, there it is. Check the GPS for my distance. I think this is another one of our temporary greens. So this one, okay, so it's saying I'm 316 yards out, but I don't think that that's actually accurate. So I'm going to still play the same club again, 160-ish. See where we go from there. Right, there's the ball. It's a nice softish lie. There's nothing really there that's too crazy to worry about. I'm just going to try and hit this down the fairway. At about that 150, 160 yard mark. Right, that would be really nice with this club right here. Go a little fat. That's the best bounce and roll of the day. So I'm in the middle. Let's go. All right, so GPS 190 to go. I know that's not right because it's a temporary green. I'm going to play it at 50 yards less than that. So 140 is what I'm going to go with. And we'll see where that takes us for our shot number 3. 140 yards. All right, here we go. Show you from down the line what we're looking at. And I pick my target, name the face first. All right, this is a good distance. I like hitting 140, so I don't have to be too concerned or anything. Oh, pretty good contact on that one. Depends on the bounce and where it lands. Ooh, might be just a tad on the short side. All right, so I did indeed come up a little short. So I've got a pitch shot and a putt upcoming. All right, so far I've hit 3 shots. And this will be 4 into this green. My distance has been a little off today. I need to just remember that. I should have learned that from the first 3 holes, but better to learn it now than later on in the round. And just start playing for it, right? So just add a club. Because I've been coming up short just a little bit. All right, so there it is. Seen this shot before today. It's got to carry about 30 yards and then release towards that flag. So I'm going to do just a little rehearsal. Want to feel that club sliding under the ball with the follow through that I need. Here we go. Let's see if I can pitch this one close. Well, if that rolls, it's got a chance. I got stuck up in the fringe just a little bit. All right, so here we go. With the temporary green, I get 1 putt at it. And if I miss, then it's an automatic 2 putt. It is what it is. What can you say, right? It's not ideal. I don't think anybody loves the idea of it, but that's what it is. All right, so this then is now for par. Keep going. All right, so it's an automatic 2 putt. So bogey on that par 5. Doesn't feel fantastic to get a bogey on a par 5, even with the strategy that I'm playing it. You want to analyze the shots that you hit and try and figure out why and where it went wrong. For me, it would be that second shot that I caught a little chunky. Lost a bit of distance on that one, but still, right? Not a blow-up hole. All right, so there's the bogey from that par 5. Run to the next hole, which is a par 4. 372, we've seen this before, right? So 180 is probably not going to go 180, but I'm going to have that shot 2 times is what I'm going to play. And then we'll just pitch on and see where we go from there. It's usually about this time in the round where subconsciously, mentally, I kind of get a little checked out. And so I always have to remind myself at hole 5, 6, and 7 to refocus and be on task with what's going on. So we're going to hit 186 2 times, pardon me, on this par 4, and then we'll see what that leaves us with once we get a little closer to the green. So I'll grab that club that I've been teeing off with most of the day. Let's head to the tee box. I don't like to dwell on where the problems or the trouble on the holes are at, right? I just want to know where it's at. So down the left over here, we got a little bit of stuff. Out to the right is not too bad. There's some trees, but probably not too much in play unless you get really unlucky and hit one behind there. So I'm not going to dwell on the fact that, we just need to be aware of what the conditions are and what's around us. And then once we become aware of it, then we just focus in on what our shot at hand is and where our target is, right? So stand behind the golf ball, pick out my line, think about the shot I'm going to play. Where do I want that club to be pointing at when I take my stance? All right, here we go. So club goes down first, and then I get set around the club face and the shot at hand. Think about my target. Ooh, that's a bit of a hook. I need to get lucky. Ooh. Maybe penalty. All right, so I needed a bit of luck. I might have got it. It's not like super fantastic. The luck, there's my golf ball there, right? It's in the same stuff that I hit out of just a little bit ago. The luck is over here, like just 10 yards away. If it had been shorter, it would be in the water. So at least I've got a shot. The craziness is where everything's at, the trees, right? And so I'm going to go to the right of these trees over here. I'm going to play a little punch shot out towards where the fairway is at. Sometimes you just got to, as they like to say on TV, take your medicine for hitting a bad shot and then move on. All right, so that's what we'll be doing. So here we go. Get a good punch out shot, punch out club. How you want to play these is you want to pick your spot, and then you don't want to, let's phrase it a different way. You want to be assertive or aggressive or confident with it. You don't want to be wimping out on it, right? So even though this only has to go maybe 60 yards, I'm going to try and hit it with some confidence. There we go. All right, punch it out. Then we'll use the GPS in a moment to see how far I've got, and then we will reassess what club I need to use. All right, punch shot was successful. There's my golf ball. Let's take a look at what we got going on as far as the GPS goes. All right, so there's my numbers. 130 to the middle, that's my target number, right? That's my target all day. And so I'm going to take a 130 club and go for it. Actually, I'm going to take one more club than my 130 club because it'll be coming up short a little bit today. And so I don't want to do that again. I'd rather be on the back of the green a little long than up short again. So 130 club it is. I'll show you from behind the line. And then hit it. Oh, that's pretty decent, actually. Middle of the green, that might be a good swing, actually. All right, here we are. So I came into the middle of the green. Yeah, my 130 club paid off. You'll see the flagstick over there. You'll see my ball here in just a moment. I'll park up behind it over here so you can see the roll. Gotta fix my little ball mark over here. Haven't had to do that very much because I haven't hit many greens today. All right, that's nice and repaired. Looks like we've got uphill. I'm going to step it off, move a piece of debris out of my way as I do that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps up the hill. And we'll just putt it. See what's going on with that. And this would be a wonderful par. Oh, not hard enough, I don't think. Ooh, that was close. One tap in for the bogey, which from where I was off the tee shot, I would take it. I'd rather not have to take the bogey, but what can you do? Par 3, I got to record my bogey on that one there. I'm going to go for this one in 1. It says 159. It's a short green because it's a temporary green. I'm going to play it at 110 and see what happens, right? So here we go. This is just right over there. Right there. All right, let's find a tee. Even though it's just right there, we're going to make a confident stroke, right? I've clubbed up just a little bit. So if I hit it over, that would be better in my mind today than hitting it short like I have been. Let's get this where I want to see it. There we go. All right, here we go. 110. Aim the face. Aim me. Get where I want to go. Oh, pretty all right. Oh, we have our first par of the day because I'm on in one and it's temporary green. And so if I don't make my birdie putt, it's an automatic par. So we're on in one on this par 3. It's one of our temporary greens. You can kind of see where this green is over here. There's the actual green behind that bunker over there. And so by rule, I get one roll at it. And then if I miss, it's an automatic 2-putt. That miss is likely because this really, I mean, any putt is you just guessing, but this is more of a guess because these temporary greens are super fuzzy. And so you kind of have to hit and hope. Ooh, I lipped out on the temporary green. All right, automatic 2-putt. So I can write a 3 on the scorecard for that one. Oh, wanted that birdie so bad. That'd make me feel a lot better after double bogeying the other par 3 on this 9. So let's take a look at what's going on in this next hole. You'll see over here on my GPS, I can pull up a map of where we're at. So down here, I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera or not. Down there, there's a little blue dot. That's where the tee box is. And you got this little bit of like a creek. And so I need to be able to hit it at least 110 yards to make it over that. All right. So that's what I need to keep in mind. And then if I look at my little diagram here of what I've got going on, oh, it's a par 4, my bad. I thought it was par 5. Anyway, I've got 182, 2 times, 121, 3 times, 91, 4 times. I'm going to go to that 180. That seems to be the shot to go with today. It's a comfortable one. I don't have to stress too much, although I did hook the last one, so let's try and put that out of my mind. All right, so 180 2 times will get us to where we want to go. Still a beautiful day. The wind is almost nothing, which is so nice out over this part. We get a lot of wind. Not like it's always howling wind, but when you're playing in 10 to 15 to 20 miles an hour, it's pretty influential on what's going on. To have a day where the sun's so nice and the temperatures are so mild and we're not being blown away, this is awesome. All right, so there we go. Middle of the fairway, all going well. 180 yards. All right, see my line. Gonna aim the club first. And then I'm gonna set me. All right, want to look at where I want that ball to go. Ooh, that was pretty nice. A little off the toe, but it's gonna be down the middle where we can find it. All right, there's my number, 195 to the middle. I know that's not right though, because again, this is the 4th of those temporary greens. So I'm going to play it at 150 and see what happens. Maybe 160. That one's pretty tucked close to there. So I'm going to go with 160 yards. You never know what lie you're going to get. There's my ball right there. I'll kind of show a close up. You can see that the grass is kind of weird, right? But like just right there and right there, there was some good, healthy grass. All right, 160. Let's go. Let's see where we're at. I want that right there. All right. 160. See if I can put this one out to the right a little bit. Let it come back towards the hole. Ooh, nice shot, Carl. Let's see what that does for us. Big bounce. Ooh, might be over. Might be over. Having hitting it today, I think I'd take over rather than short. It's a little fluffy lie, a little chip. Not bad. It's going to land on a downhill. It's going to roll towards, but probably not much roll because it's temporary and these greens are long. Little practice swing, right? Just trying to get this thing to fly 10 yards maybe. Right? Remember, with these short shots, club head has to slide under the ball, and you have to have a follow through that matches the shot you're about to play. All right, up and on. Let's see. Oh, that might be pretty decent, actually. Ooh. Let's see if Happy learned to putt. I think I can make this in a one putt, at least I hope I can, because that would be a par for back-to-back pars, right? So hit a tee shot, hit a second shot, and I chipped on for 3. I get 1 putt at it. If I miss it, it's an automatic 2 putt. All right, thankfully my skills from 7 inches are good. 4 strokes. That's awesome. On to hole number 9. So our last hole of the 9 is par 5. This is 480 yards away on the GPS. On my little matrix over here, I can go 251 2 times, 167 3 times, 125 4 times. So I'm going to go with that option there, 167. I'm going to go 167 3 times, 167 3 times. I don't have a 250 2 times club, right? That's just out of my limit. Even if I was playing for myself, I'm not sure I could hit it 250 yards exactly or close enough 2 times in a row. I might be able to get it, 250 off the drive, and then driver off the deck again is not going to work out. So even, this would be a 3-shot hole regardless, and so it's going to be less risky playing it with a more controlled known distance, right? So 167 3 times is what I'm going to do, and that means we got that club coming our way. Walk up onto the tee box over here, right? You see I'm playing from the white tees. I could spend an hour talking about what tees you should play and why you should play them. But we won't go there today. You can go find a blog post on the website or a podcast episode about that here at some future date. All right, so you can kind of see big tree right over there. That's my target. There's the golf ball. Come back over here. Always start every shot from behind the ball so you can kind of get your line and understand where you want to go. We are aiming at that big tree out over there. All right, so from back over here, I can kind of picture the shot I want to try and play. I can pick a spot where I want to aim the club face at. That's probably, 12 inches, 18 inches in front of the golf ball. All right, so step in, aim the club first. Then I get set around that. Check my target. Ooh, a little tug, but I think I'll be safe just because of the type of strategy I had, right? So a little bit of a throw in the left on that one, but safe. So a little bit of a tug puts me in the light rough on the left-hand side of the fairway, which is just fine. I'm not going to be too worried about that. Let's take a look at GPS here real quick. And right there, I've got 326 to the middle. So I think my strategy of going for 170 or 167 3 times is going to be just fine. Let's go grab that club again. And we will hit him. All right, number 9, we're playing back towards where the clubhouse is at over there. The edge of the clubhouse, which is right there, is actually where I'm going to be aiming. Let's put this a little further that side. There we go. Get a little bit of angle of what we got going on. All right, so I got my spots. Aim the club face first. Set my body around that. And picture the shot I'm going to hit towards my target. There we go. Oh, that was a nice swing. Save one of the best ones for last. Oh, nice bounce too. First nice bounce of the day. All right. Yeah, good second shot right in the middle of the fairway like that. Here's the GPS update. All right, so middle of the green, 143 is where I'm going for. Remember, that's my shot all day, right? Is 140 to the middle, or the middle of the green is my shot all day. So 143 is what we got going on. Let me. Wind's a little bit off the right now. It's just a breeze. It's not really a wind. 143. We'll take that one. And then we'll set up over here. And top of the building, right about there is my target. So that's the goal. All right, let's see if I can get on in 3. This would be fabulous. All right, so club goes first. Then I set myself. Get a look at my target. Ooh, that's a nice shot too. So just about the distance now. Oh, wow. I wonder if there was something up there that really knocked that one down. That came up way short. That was looked so good, looked so good. All right, we got a chip and a putt. I'm going to take my putter and the wedge I need and walk up over there. So I got one pitch shot, hopefully upcoming, and one putt. So let's see, I'm lying 3. Up and down would give me a par. That would feel so nice to have 3 pars in a row. All right, so here's my lie. A little soft, a little fluffy. I cannot really see this little mound. I'm going to go and check the green up over here real quick. See where this ball needs to land. It's got a bit of a backstop that'll bring it left. Do you like how I'm talking as if I can play the shots? Right? Can you picture Trevor Illman on the TV describing what the pros are thinking, what they're doing? But here's the secret. You've got to start to think in terms of what you want the shot to do, right? And then your brain will sometimes comply with what you're thinking, all right? So this one's got to go 30 yards in the air and then roll out towards where that flagstick is at. It's a little rehearsal, right? And here we go. Ooh, that might be really good. Oh, a little far. Come off that hill. Oh, it's stuck. That one nice. I felt good. Sounded good. You'll see it's pretty decent when we get up there. I'll have a good putt for par. All right, so stay with me here as we walk up towards the final putt, hopefully, of the day for this 9-hole video series that I'm making, right? All right, so putts downhill. Distance is 1-2 steps away. Looks like it's going to want to go a little to the left. So I'm actually going to start it or try and aim it at the shadow, where the shadow is touching the lip of the cup right there. Okay. 2 steps down the hill. Oh, I got it. No, look at that. How much it broke at the last second. Oh, I spoke too soon. On for 4 for 2 putt 6. All right, so bogey on the last. You never really like that. All right, but let's go add up my total and see what we ended with. So on my app over here, I can track my shots. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 shots and 2 putts. So you can see my total then for the 9 holes was 44. All right, so in theory, if I do the same thing on the back 9, I will have 88 strokes. All right, and you may never have shot 88 before. All right, and hopefully after watching this little series of 9 holes, it gives you an idea of how you could shoot 88 without putting too much stress or pressure on yourself. Okay, make yourself a matrix, get your scorecard from your golf course, make yourself a matrix just like this. All right, divide each hole by 2, by 3, by 4. I actually did this, and maybe one day I'll do this. I did this for the red tees as well, right? So I've got numbers for all the red tees, okay? And if you are new to golf and you've gone through the absolute beginner series and you maybe started the beginner to better, then you'll be playing from the forward tees or maybe even closer, okay? Because if you're in absolute beginner and you learn to hit it 50 yards, then you're going to start every hole from 100 yards out or 150 yards out and hit the 50-yard shot 2 times or 3 times and then putt. You're not going to try and hit your 50-yard shot from 350 yards away. All right, so keep that in mind. But as you get better and as we grow your 50-yard shot to 125 yards, you can go into the red tee boxes and you can play and be really comfortable. Being able to hit it, 125 yards, maybe 150 yards would be awesome, right? Because then you'll be on in 2, those to a par 3, so you'll be on in 2 for those for sure, on in 2, on in 3, right? On the par 5. So hopefully that gives you a little insight into how you can plan your rounds and what you can do with them. Pardon me, I just lost the camera there for a bit. Comment on the video, send me any questions you've got. Hope you enjoy them.